everybody.
Uh,
My gosh, they're all going against the wind.
Hello,
Happy
everybody.
holidays, everybody. Hello. Hello, Kelly. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Got my new holiday microphone I'm using here on the show. So if people can't hear me, turn up your volume.
That's great. I thought we'd talk about different customs in different places and also how to do the burning bowl. What you do is you write down what you want to let go of and you write it on a piece of paper and you burn it and you put it in a bowl, so you don't start a fire. And then you write down what you want to manifest and stick it under a candle.
Yep. That is a fantastic way to start your New Year's resolutions off. Good way to start off your whole year with positivity and getting rid of past habits, past things you don't like, and replacing it with all new stuff to go into the year with.
Also, what you can do is write yourself a check from the universe for the new year and don't put the month, but put just the year on the check and write down an amount and write from the universe and put it away in a book or under a candle too. That'll help manifest money for the new year.
Exactly. I like that idea, Kelly. I've never heard of that before. I'm definitely going to have to try that. And go ahead.
Go ahead.
I hope everybody here who is in the chat room and everybody who is watching live has had a fantastic holiday season. I know I sure did eat a lot. Got plenty of good gifts. Got my best friend Rachel some gifts, and I got some stuff, and it's just been a fantastic holiday season. Hope everybody watching has had a fantastic season. And if anybody has any New Year's resolutions they want to share with us, put it in the chat room. We would love to hear what your resolutions are.
Yes. I'm going to share some that I printed off. In China, they use firecrackers to take away the forces of darkness. And then in Ecuador, they burn effigies of, that's terrible, of famous people to get rid of bad juju for the new year. And let's see, in other countries, they wait for church bells, and that helps expel the darkness.
Church bells.
Go ahead.
I said church bells. Wow, that sounds interesting.
Well, it shatters the energy and makes the positive energy come in. It's to ring in the positive energy.
Oh, great.
That's what they're saying. And in Spain, here's where the 12 grapes come in. You try to eat 12 grapes at the 12 strokes of midnight. And it says if you can succeed before they stop, you will have good luck for all 12 months of the year. And then in the South, they do black-eyed peas and pork foretell good fortune. It's the recipe for Hoppin' John. Let's see what else. The Scots hold bonfire ceremonies and swing giant fireballs on poles to bring in the new year. That's interesting. Eating any ring-shaped tree like a donut, that will means coming full circle and leads to good fortune. And pastries in the Irish, they enjoy knocks to bring in the new year. It's like a pastry. That's interesting.
That sounds good.
In India and Pakistan, rice always promises prosperity. And then for Rosh Hashanah, apples dipped in honey, it brings in prosperity, abundance, and sweetness of life. So
Awesome.
that's nice. And then in Swiss homes, they do dollops of whipped cream. It symbolizes the richness of the new year to come.
Interesting.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Around the world, the pop of a champagne cork symbolizes the new arrival of the new year. Good health and prosperity it symbolizes.
And we got one in the chat room here that says, in the Philippines, yes means no and no means yes.
Wow.
And then here's another one. Says they would put pennies in, what's that say? They put pennies in corners of the house for wealth too.
That would make sense. And they say egg symbolizes fertility, and they're exchanged on New Year in Persia. And then in Scotland, gold, shortbread, and silverware, these are in the old days, are exchanged for good luck for the new year.
And we got one other one from the chat here. Says that eating pork and sauerkraut is another one.
Yes, that's a tradition.
Sounds good. Let's eat. And if anybody knows any good New Year's resolutions or things to try, put it in the chat room. We'd love to hear from you. And do you have any New Year's resolutions for this year, Kelly?
Oh, I don't usually do that. I just want the new year to be better and than last year.
My New Year's resolution for this year is to stay on a high vibration level, keep my positivity up, and anything negative that comes into my path, I would take that negative and turn that into a positive. That way it's no longer negative. So no matter what happens, even if it sounds negative or feels negative, I will turn that into a positive and then put it back out into the world.
That's absolutely true.
And see, Chris says, hello, everybody in the chat room. Anna says, happy holidays. We got some great people in the chat, and we got some great people online watching us. And if anybody has any questions they want to ask, questions they want to ask, put that in the chat room as well. We love to answer questions for you. And so let me ask you, Kelly, going into 2026, as we approach this year, how do you see the world turning out this year?
Well, I feel like it's going to get better. You know, I feel like we're going to have more resolutions to, people are going to come up with new resolutions to problems we've had for ages, and they're going to have a new look at it. So some things will remain the same, but some we're going to have a really enigmatic, different way of dealing with stuff, which I think is wonderful. I also think that we're going to come up with within the next 5 years, we're going to come up with new cures for things that we've never had before, like biologics and stuff for like cancers and strange diseases that we haven't had cures for before. And they're going to come up with things that work for one thing, they'll use it for another thing. And I think that's fabulous. So I feel very hopeful. How about you?
I think it's going to be a great year. I think things are going to turn around more and more as each month progresses. I think that any problems that do come about, I think they're going to be replaced with something better on the other side of it. I don't feel anything negative that's going to be looming around for too long. And I also feel like, and this is just my hopes, and I do kind of feel this way, that I hope that the world will be a lot healthier this coming year than what it has been in the past. I don't feel like this is going to be a year of too much sickness, I hope.
I agree with you.
And
Dal says they eat a piece of salmon at midnight for wealth.
I love salmon, so maybe I should try that too. Put some pennies around the corners of the house, and have a piece of salmon, eat some grapes, and sounds like a party to me. And we got a good question here from Anna in the chat room. Anna wants to know from Kelly, how soon will I hear from my long distance male friend, and when this relationship will progress?
Well, it feels like you'll hear from him in the next few weeks, and it'll progress slowly. That's what I get. So be patient with it. What do you get, Chris?
I feel the same way. I feel patience. I feel that word very strongly. I feel like you should kind of not. I don't want to use the term let the other person lead the relationship, but just kind of tag along and be there. I feel like they really appreciate that. Like almost like you start off as best friends and just kind of keep each other company, and you just kind of build from that slowly. We got a quilter in the chat room, says hello, Mr. Christopher.
Hello.
And she is a good quilt artist, so she makes good quilts.
I love a good quilt. It's beautiful. That's such beautiful work.
Oh yes, and we got a question from Chris in the chat room. Chris wants to know, just curious, am I really connecting with my dog's chakras to help him heal? If I'm not, it's okay, but just the experience is different and interesting. Please and thank you.
Absolutely. You're very gifted and you are helping your dog heal.
Thank you very much.
And you're very psychic yourself, so trust yourself. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, you are very psychic. You have abilities. You have. I don't think you quite understand how to use those yet, but I think you're able to use them when the time is needed. They come out and work for you. And Coulter says thanks, Chris. And if anybody else has questions, put them in the chat room. And let me ask you, Kelly. I asked this last night on a previous show that I did last night with Angela. I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you feel like this will be the year for disclosure for the UFO information and photos and what have you?
Yes, because they're going to have a lot more showing up.
Right. And I've also heard, and I don't know if this is true or not, but my abilities are saying it is slightly possible. I say slightly, but maybe about 80% possible that we may be headed for a so-called false or fake alien invasion. This will be an invasion that is not. You're going to see things in the sky that aren't necessarily true UFOs. That they're going to be using those sort of like a test to see if the American public can handle the presence of a UFO if one should actually come down.
I think that we're really going to have sightings.
Right.
I think that we'll have mass sightings. I don't think it'll be fake.
Maybe it won't be. We'll see. But we do have a question from D Dow. He wants to know, how much longer am I going to be stuck with my secretive, nasty roommate in 2026.
Oh, I'm seeing like um May. There's something about May and a change of roommate. So that's what I'm getting. May. I see spring. What do you get?
Yeah, I'm seeing more around May and possibly like the middle of May going into June. I think things are going to shape. Things are going to happen for you. Like your roommate will be in out where you want him to be. You won't be stuck with him as after. It's like around the third week of May going into June. And how do you see the weather forecast for this year, Kelly? Do you feel like it's going to be like a pleasant year? Are we going to have like a lot of severe storms, heavy
We're going
snowstorms?
to have a lot of severe storms because of the weather changes. I see a lot more rain, a lot more hurricanes, typhoons, because the weather's changing.
Right. And I live here in Illinois. We just got over the last 2 or 3 days having some very heavy duty winds. I mean, these winds were just ferocious. I mean, they were really, really pounding.
Yeah, we've been having like a weather change a lot, and it's cyclical, but it's a shift. It's like a what is it? A clipper? There's something about you and a clipper, a western
yeah.
clipper.
Oh, what do they call that? An Alberta Clipper?
Yeah,
Took me a second to come up with the name, but yeah, Alberta Clipper.
that's what they're telling me.
All right, and if anybody has any questions, please put them in the chat room. We have a great night tonight, and here's a question from Quilter. Quilter wants to know: do you see my husband having any upcoming pain relief?
Yes, I see him finding comfort in some kind of a doctor and medicine that'll help, and also I see healing. I see like some kind of program he'll be on, exercise PT and some medicine, and I think that it'll stop that pain cycle. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I feel like definitely it's going to be a lot more relief this year coming in that direction, and even Dee Dee Dole says, "I can't wait to move. Thanks." Thank you for coming, and thank you for watching our show.
I feel like when you move, it'll be more northwest of where you are by, I'm seeing, let's see, it's a 0.7. So I don't know how much that is of a mile, 0.7 of a mile, whatever that means.
Well, that doesn't sound like too far away, 0.7 of a mile from where he's at now. So that should be a pretty interesting move. And I think you'll enjoy it. I feel like it's going to be a blessing for you.
And lots more people of like mind and of your age. And it's more welcoming than where you are. That's what I'm getting. And it'll be on the bottom floor. I don't see no stairs. So that's awesome. What I get.
That sounds great. I feel the same way. It's going to be a much more a blessing. I feel like the room is going to have a lot of shades of red. I don't know why I'm seeing red so much in that room you're going to be in. Like you're decorating it in red. And let's see here. We got some great people in the chat room. We got thanks to everybody who came and has put questions in so far. And here we are. We just left 2025. We're now moving into 2026, which will be a year of a lot of changes. A lot more stuff will be happening this year. Positive stuff, from what I'm saying, it's going to be a lot of positiveness. We're going to be getting rid of all our negatives, and we're going to be moving into a more positive atmosphere this coming year. Do you feel the same way, Kelly?
Yes. Yes. But we do need to watch out for the saber rattling. We need to be aware of that.
And what do you
And
see for?
hopefully
Go ahead.
better angels prevail.
Thank you. Yeah, that sounds great. And what do you see for me going into 2026, Kelly? If I may ask.
Well, I do see you having another work opportunity, and that's coming up in soon, like within 2-3 months. So, and you might just accept it. Better
Oh,
money, better pay, better everything. Also, there is a chance to move if you want.
awesome.
You don't have to, but there's a chance that can come anytime. Um, I see you feeling more peaceful, more balanced, more at peace than you've been in a long time. And I see you being able to take a trip, you and your significant other taking a trip together, but it feels like a car trip.
Awesome.
So I'm seeing like low mountains, like soft mountains, and you'll see like 3 or 4 different states all in a row.
Awesome. And for
So,
you, and for you, Kelly, I see a lot more love coming into your life. I feel like you're going to be uh, uh, enjoying yourself even more. I feel like your heart's going to be blossoming even further, and you're going to be even more delightful and even more pleasant. And you already are pretty pleasant and delightful. So I feel like you're going to be even more of that beautiful Kelly that we all like.
well, thank you. I'm excited. Do you see any trips for me?
Yes, but I feel like it's going to be. I keep seeing July, like you're going somewhere in July, somewhere something to do with mountains. Maybe I don't know why I'm seeing mountains. Do you like mountains?
Yeah, I have a friend that lives in North Carolina.
That could be what I'm seeing. A lot of high mountains, and you're with somebody, so you're not by yourself, of course. So that could be your friend. Is she a little bit younger than you are?
No, she's actually a little older,
Okay, and maybe
but
take some. Oh,
maybe her daughter is around or something.
that could be. It's younger. It's younger. A younger person, a little bit younger than you are. That tags along. So I guess time will tell if I on that. Well, here we go. We got somebody in the audience that says,
Thank you.
Chris says, whatever spirit needs me to know for 2026, please and thank you.
There is a job offer for you, and also there again, I always tell you there's land around you, so there might be purchase of property. So look for that to happen, and also release of a commitment that you've been tied to for a long time. So there's like a freedom around that. What do you
Thank you.
get?
Yeah, I feel the word freedom coming into play, and I feel like I feel like this job offer is something that it's going to be unexpected for him. Like he doesn't see it coming, but when it comes, it's going to be like wonderful, like you just like one of those things that falls right into place, and you can't resist.
Somebody was asking another. Oh, thank you for the compliment on my hair, Tennessee. Okay, where is it? Somebody asked something. Oh, Miss. I can't see it that good. Mystic.
Yeah, let me
I
pull it up
can't.
here.
I'm going to massacre it. But Mystic. Hi. Will I be gifted and a successful? Yes, you're very good at it.
Yeah,
You do have the gift. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, you have the gift. You definitely have the gift for doing things. What I'm seeing for you is to don't try so hard to use your gifts. Just peacefully let the information come to you. When I teach a remote viewing class, I always tell my students, don't ever try so hard in class. Just let the information come to you, because when we do remote viewing in our class on Sunday evenings, I've had students, so many students over the years that always come into class. I tried so hard. I don't know if I got this correct or not. I always tell them, don't try, just because when people have there's a certain part of everybody's day-to-day activities. There's a certain part of the day where they feel they're most happiest, or they feel they're most peaceful. I always tell my students, when you do your homework assignments, just do it at that moment when you feel peaceful and relaxed and you got time to just chill and unwind. Then do your remote viewing homework, because then you're open more, because you don't have things pressuring you. You don't have things hanging over you, like, I got to get this chores done, got to get the laundry done, got to get the house chores done, got to get dinner made, and that blocks your psychic abilities. But if you just at a peaceful moment do your homework, like I tell my students, then you're going to do a lot better, because you're not thinking so hard.
Right, and you don't have all I call it having a cluttery mind.
Right, because one thing I always tell my students on our first few days of class is that everybody's born with a gift of being psychic, but it's all the growing and learning that your psychic abilities close. You lose that gap of being able to see and hear everything. And in my class, I teach everybody how to open that gap back up and keep it open.
Right, being an adult, you're unlearned how to do all that. Michelle says, hello, Kelly, Joe, and Chris.
Hello, Michelle. And Mystic says, thank you both. Thank you, dear. And is there anything else you see going on for this year, Kelly? Do you have anything else you see the world needs to know, or should be on the lookout for?
Well, I also feel like like I said before, there's going to be a lot more archaeological discoveries. And I think that they're going to find in the permafrost animals that haven't been found yet, and they can get DNA from them.
Ah, yes.
So I think that'll be cool. And I also see them discovering other older cities too, archaeological things. And that's going to be cool.
Oh, that would be great to see. I feel like there is cities and different things that have been lost over time that we have yet to discover, and I think we're going to be on undiscovered. We got more advanced tools and techniques now to see things and find things that we couldn't in the past. Whereas before, it was always just digging and digging, trying to find artifacts. Now we have tools that can actually show us what's in the ground and stuff, and it's amazing.
And I think that Atlantis, there's gonna be talk of finding Atlantis again.
Yep, and possibly maybe even finding new and dinosaurs and different animals that we have yet to discover that were once walking amongst the earth.
Right, that's what I'm talking about in the permafrost.
Gotcha.
Because they're going to find one that's encased in, that's flash frozen, and they'll still have skin, fur, and stuff in its belly and everything. It's like it just died yesterday. That's going to be amazing. And I think they will find I don't know all the names of all those Plathosaurus, one of those long neck dinosaurs that's frozen.
Yeah, what do they call that? Tyrannosaurus?
I don't know, but we got a little kid that knows all the dinosaurs. Tell us what that is.
Before my time.
I know that way before me too.
I never had a chance to go have a beer and have a talk with him to get to know him better. But maybe in my past life I did. Let's see, we got a good question here from Dodie Dolo. She says, do I have any psychic abilities I need to be aware of?
Well, yeah, you're very psychic, Del. And they also show you stuff in dream time. You get prophetic dreams. I know you do. And you also can hear. You have audio. You hear. That's how you get stuff. A lot of stuff. let us know if we're right. What do you get?
Yeah, you're definitely psychic. There again, I think I'll say pretty much the same thing I said previously. Don't try so hard to hone in on your abilities. Just let them come out naturally. Because I think most people who don't try so hard to be psychic but are aware of it can naturally get answers and come up with solutions for things. Um, but when you try so hard, then you're feeding yourself answers that may not be true. And I found that out with remote viewing. If you try so hard to get an answer, you're going to be coming up with things that aren't necessarily part of the answer. Your best bet is to relax, maybe even meditate a little bit, and just let the information come to you. Let your abilities work for you, and not you try to work for them.
Chris says the ice wall question mark. I don't know what that's referring to. Do you know what that is, Chris?
The ice well, not for sure. Chris, could you be a little bit more what was elaborate on that? I should say.
And then also Del, she'll get things in real time and she poo-poos it all the time. You need to listen to it. You know, when your gut tells you to do something, do it. You know?
All right. And I got a good question for you, Kelly.
Sure.
I've always wanted to know the answer to this, but never really. First we'll go to Chris over here, then we'll come back to me. Chris wants to know. Chris says, when you said permanent. Okay, I see what he's talking about.
The permafrost. Yes, that they're going to find animals in the permafrost. Yes, absolutely. So, what were you going to ask? I'm sorry.
Yes, I was going to say, and everybody in the chat room who maybe knows me a little bit knows I've had ET experiences over the years. But one thing I've always wanted to know was I've had numerous missing time experiences. Do you know anything about my missing time experiences? Do you see anything like where I was or what was going on? Because there were times that I would lose maybe 3 to even 4 hours of missing time out of the clear blue.
That's when they picked you up. And you have different races that get you. You have the grays, you have the manises, you got the blue people, and then you also have like they aren't bad lizard people, they're good lizard people. You got the blue green lizard people too.
Yeah, I've always felt like what they're doing is doing it for my benefit to help me and everything. So I've always felt safe, never felt harmed by any. I've never once felt harmed by anything. So
I don't think they're harming you. I do
no.
feel like that you do have children with them. So
All right, and thank you so much for that, Kelly. Thank you. And,
you're welcome.
And everybody in the chat room, I want you to know that we look forward to a great 2026. I think there's going to be a lot of surprises even in store for everybody here in the world, and it's a lot of positive stuff. And I feel like that more people are even going to be awakened to even their psychic abilities this year, because I think the weather change is going to have the weather change. I feel like it's going to have a big toll on how things feel. It's going to change the whole feeling of the environment, which maybe we need that. Maybe we need this big weather change to get us back on track, to get our feet grounded again.
I agree with you. I think that I think more people will become more aware en masse than what they've been done.
And that kind of reminds me of that old saying that people used to say all the time. You don't hear it too much anymore, but people used to say that Mother Nature has a mind of her own.
Oh, she does. And you remember the commercial, "Don't mess with Mother Nature."
Yeah.
Chris says we're told that what?
Chris says we were told the big 15 feet blue birds would be like one of the first alien exposures in the true. So is that true? And are they good or bad?
What about? I'll give that up to you because I never heard of that. I don't know.
I don't know what he, I've never heard of the, hold on, let me read that again. Make sure I'm reading it correctly. 15 feet bluebirds. I've never heard of the bluebirds, but one thing I do know, and I have heard this, and I believe this, there really isn't a bad race of ETs. I know there are some mischievous ones, but I don't feel like there's anything really bad, at least not that's going to harm us, because I've done so many investigations and so many worked with so many experiencers involved that have been involved with ETs, and I've never had anybody ever say they were harmed. Most of it's always been more of a religious experience, more of a loving experience. I've had a lot of people that that were maybe a little confused, wanting to know what happened, because they're again the missing time effect, but nothing ever harmful. And so I think if I hear anything or do some research on the bluebirds, I'll be glad to tell you about it next week. We got Dobie in the chat room. It says, "What is it when you remember putting keys down? Then you have a blackout and don't know what happened to them because you can't find them."
Well, I believe that it's your house ghost trying to keep you from going somewhere you're not supposed to go, and then they reappear.
And I've heard stories of that over the years where people have had things misplaced, and then they find them later, and then they find out, well, it's a good thing they didn't go here or go there because there was a house fire or a car accident. And that's another thing too. I've always found fascinating how people cannot remember or cannot do something that they want to do, and then they find out later that, wow, if I went, I would have gotten in a car accident. Or I'll never forget one time we got really lucky. This is nothing to do with being psychic, but we were at we were in what's that town? Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We just left a Waffle House, and then like not even 20 minutes later, there was a shooting going on there. So we got lucky.
Wow, that's a blessing.
And if anybody else has any questions, any predictions, or anything you want to know about 2026, put us in the chat room. Let us know. There's this year is going to be so full of surprises, so full of magical things, and even we're going to be coming over a lot of hurdles. We're going to be going over a lot of it's going to be a magical year. I think people are going to be surprised at how this year turns out. And then as we go into 2027, we're going to carry all of this stuff we learned in 2026. We'll carry over with us to the next year.
Absolutely. Chris asked, is it Dale's spirit twin? What are you referring to? Do you know what he's referring to?
No, I don't know. Chris, could you please be a little bit more specific in the chat, and we'll answer that for you.
But yeah, I'm excited about next year. I think it'll be better.
I think it will be too. And let's see. So my New Year's resolutions, like I said at the top of the show, for those who joined late, my New Year's resolutions are to basically to keep my vibration level high, and I'm going to be working this year on turning all negativeness into positiveness and keeping that positive as high as possible. And anything negative or anything that bad that comes in, I'm going to turn that back into positive and feed the blessing back out to the world. So I'm going to continue to give back to the universe that gives to me so wonderfully. And if anybody has New Year's resolutions they want to share with us, please do. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Dale refers to Chris's question never resurfaced, though it's been years. Well, I believe it was her house ghost keeping her safe. That's what I think.
All right. And when you have spirits or ghosts in the house, or not ghosts, but spirits or loved ones in the house, they will do things. Even animals will do things to keep you safe because they know what's going to happen, and so they'll hide your keys. They'll do anything to keep you safe. I used to have my cat, Himmy, who I loved so much. He would always every night when I would go to sleep, he would always lay at the foot of the bed for about maybe 4 or 5 minutes on the floor there and just lay there, and he would protect me until I fell asleep. When he would go to his spot on the couch and go to sleep, but he always lay down for 5 minutes with me, kind of like a protection.
Animals that do that for us, they're like very good that way.
And Dodie says, looking forward to 2026. And
but guys, remember to do your burning bowl. Burn up what you don't want anymore, and then write down what you want to manifest for the new year.
right.
Don't forget to write yourself a personal check with the new year on it from the universe. That'll help you bring prosperity and abundance in.
Yeah, and also you can, and I've heard this before too, you can make a list of all the things you want to accomplish this year, and then put it under your pillow and sleep on it, and manifest that, and say it. And here's another thing too: don't ever say to yourself, people, don't ever say, "I can't do this. I don't think I can do that." Always say to yourself, "I can. I will. I shall." And make it so. Pretend like it's already happening, and keep going. Keep saying, "I will, I can, I must."
Right, because when you say can't, it means I won't.
Right. And if you say the word can't, even just 10 times in a day, then you're embedding that word can't in your mind towards that situation. But if you say, "I will, I must, I can, I will," or even say, "I have," and put that, because you take in what you put out, so be careful what you say.
Absolutely. Chris says January 1st, do your cinnamon and salt in the front door. That's a custom that he uses to bring in prosperity and abundance.
Yeah, that'll work too. I've heard of putting cinnamon around the edges of your house, even to keep away negative stuff as well. Let's see. Do you have any words of encouragement for those that want to keep themselves grounded or keep themselves away from negative for this coming year?
Well, whenever you have a negative thought, change it to a positive, and do your grateful list every day. Write down something that you're grateful for every day for 90 days, and it'll change your mindset.
Great.
And I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much, Kelly. It's always a pleasure to work with you. And it's always and the biggest thanks I want to give, besides to Kelly here, is to everybody in the chat, because you guys are wonderful. And remember what me and Kelly said: keep yourself positive. If you say to yourself, starting January 1st, or even starting right now, you're going to be positive every day, and keep thinking positive, then you'll be surprised how things are going to turn around so quickly for you.
Absolutely.
Because negative is just a word that we use. We don't have to use that word. We choose to. So if you use positive words instead, your whole vibration and heart's going to feel better even.
Del says never do laundry on January 1st because it can mean a death. Ew, okay, that's negative, but
I've never heard that before, unless you had a bad party the night before. You don't want to. Well, anyways.
Well, thank you for sharing that, though.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks everybody. I hope that everybody here who is with us tonight has had an amazing hour with us, or 50 minutes, anyways. And I hope everybody has an amazing year. And remember, we will see you next year in 2026 for our next visit.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you, Kelly, and thank you, everybody in the chat.